early Ford Falcon, a Ford Mustang II Fastback, a square body GMC Jimmy, and a rad era Trans Am. Let's go to the yard.
Okay, so there's a 1962 Ford Falcon two-door coupe that wind up here at the wrecking yard. It's actually listed as a 1970 on the car and on the website, but it's a 62. I checked the VIN. If you look, it's got like no rust, so I have no idea why this one wound up out here. This would have probably sold very quickly online, if you know what I mean. It's got a bit of a deluxe model, so it's got the washboards and the quarters. So this one appears to be in good shape. The other side it's got a little bit of a ding right here. These are very hard to find in any sort of good shape, since they got dinged up pretty bad. And this guy was already stripping it before I got here, and it still has the Falcon letters on the tail panel. Still has all good glass, and then there's the other rear quarter washboard for you. This one looks like they actually put brand new tires on it, so I'm guessing it might have been someone's project they were trying to put back on the road. Either they gave up on it or something else happened. Who knows? Maybe they donated it to charity, and then that's why it wound up out here. But it seems odd because if you look, I mean, it was a pretty straight, solid example. The floors aren't even rusted or anything. So kind of amazing to see it pop up at a self-service yard these days, because people are looking for these, especially a lot of guys like to put 302s in them. But those tires are brand new, literally brand new tires. So somebody was probably doing something, trying to put it back on the road, and maybe gave up on it. It still has the original straight six in it. I think it's either like a 140 or a 170. But again, I mean, the only thing I can find that's really damaged is right here on the fender, which that's really not that bad. So definitely a what the F. Okay, here's the 1976 Mustang II. This one's actually got the 6-cylinder engine in it. So it's a 1976, so it's a first-year smog car, so who knows, maybe they had problems with smog. A little bit of rust down there and a lot of the bottom of the door. Checking this one out, it looks like it was painted over, like all the wipers. Everything was kind of painted over, kind of a shoddy paint job at some time, but the interior actually didn't look too bad. So maybe somebody was actually doing something with this. It still has the original AM radio. Dash was a little cracked, and it's got the original gauges with the tachometer. Shows 27,000, so I'm guessing it rolled over. Oh, the brake pedal looks pretty good, so I don't know. I'm guessing it's 127 still, even with the brake pedal and the condition it's in. Again, they painted over a lot of the trim, including here around the wheel wells. It had the original rims there, the original Mustang II rims. This one was the fastback. A little bit of rust here, starting to bubble, but still. And it actually has a moving permit from July of 2019. So this car was apparently drivable not that long ago. Taillights show their normal cracking, as you'd expect for something of that age that lived out in the California sun. But overall, it looked like it was a pretty tidy car, even if it was something that needed to be smogged. Something that may have been saved. I mean, obviously not a high dollar collectible yet, but definitely a Malaise classic, and something interesting to see here in the junkyard. Okay, how about a 76 GMC Jimmy? This one they actually wound up putting on their for sale line, I guess, for a while, and it didn't sell. But unfortunately in California, once it winds up in the junkyard, it does have a salvage, so that's why a lot of people won't buy these once they hit the yards. Even if there's nothing wrong with it, they still have to put a salvage on it. But this one, it looks like it's completely rust free, and I'm guessing the dents might be from when it was forklifted in place. So as the GMC Jimmy badge, someone's taken apart a lot of the engine. Looks like the transmission's been removed, and it has a accessory grill on it. Period correct accessory grill. So again, this side, someone already took the badge off of this side. It says no cat, probably because it was a 76. That was when they were switching over to catalytic converters. And some of the light duty trucks weren't required to have them. So I used to have a 76 C10 Chevy that was sold without a catalytic converter or an EGR. It was actually a 49 state model, but as This one has the rear top still intact, but I don't know, if someone tried to grab it, it would be kind of a bear to get it out of a junkyard, as you can imagine. But this one looks like when it came in here, it was pretty straight and rust-free. Something someone would have probably done something with. Rear glass has been shattered, and it's like someone's pulled apart the tailgate, and they've gotten in there to get the fuel cylinder and cut the floor out. But something that, well, I probably would have been saved. I mean, these square body Chevys are starting to bring some money, especially, you know, the Jimmys and the Blazers and things like that. So definitely a what the F is that doing in the junkyard. Here's a 1984 Pontiac Trans Am. You know, not the straightest thing. It's got some problems, as you'd expect on a F body of that era. Third gen F body. Looks like the 305 V8 might have had a little bit of a engine fire at one time. But looks like it was pretty much all there. These are actually getting really popular for LS swaps, and this one appears to be, you know, pretty rust-free, but kind of dirty. Looks like it might have sat for many years. Kind of collected a lot of dirt and leaves and stuff there in the cowling. Coming on the inside, looks like someone's already removed like the stereo and part of the center console there. But once again, I mean, very dirty. Looks like it was left out. Someone's already grabbed the T-tops off of them, which I'm sure those are getting hard to find. Walking gas cap on the outside. Still original paint, so kind of like what you're looking at is what you get, because this one's never been repainted. Something someone would have saved, I'd say it's kind of borderline. Back east they probably would have, because it would have been easy to do like an engine swap and put something else in it. But not a high dollar car, but a car that's definitely getting more and more collectible as the years goes on. But still, something interesting to see here at the junkyard. Probably in years to come, we'll be watching this video and crying maybe about 5 or 10 years in the future when these are starting to bring bigger and bigger bucks.
Okay, so that's going to wrap things up for Volume 10 of What the F Is That Doing in the Junkyard. We're going to be shooting more of these junkyard videos as we find stuff that definitely shouldn't be winding up in the yards, or stuff that's just interesting that we find at the yards. If you like what you see, be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment as to what your favorite vehicle was in this video.